you bring your arms up and down and you punch that pillow and you just say, no, no, no. I'm going to introduce to you now the most powerful exercise I did in terms of my sexual healing. As a result of sexual abuse, I had no boundaries. And if you're listening to this, you may relate. It was very hard for me to say no. I would go into freeze if I felt any kind of intrusion. It would take me back to the trauma. And I couldn't speak. And then afterwards, I'd be like, oh my God, how did I let that happen? Why didn't I say no? Why didn't I stop? And it's because my voice was blocked. I had this huge blockage in my throat and I didn't know what to do with it until a beautiful Tantra teacher suggested to me this exercise that I'm about to give to you, which is to beat a pillow for 10 minutes and say no. And really that part of us that didn't get to say no finally gets given expression. So now is the time to reclaim your right to say no. Now is the time to discharge that anger, that frustration that if you could have expressed, you would have, but you didn't know how to. So it's all just sitting in there, probably manifesting as problems with your body as well. Digestive issues, maybe thrush, maybe prostate problems, because emotions have a way of really showing up as physical disturbances. It's the body's way of saying, hey, take a look at this. So what you do is you get very comfortable, you have a designated time and space without interruption, and you put a pillow in front of you, a nice big pillow that's not going to split, that's going to let you really go for it. And you use this part of your arm because you want to keep safe, and you bring your arms up and down and you punch that pillow and you just say, no, no, no. And you can bring, I'm sitting in a seat, but you can bring your whole body forward and you're just putting all of this energy, you're unleashing all of that anger and rage at the perpetrator. Sometimes you've suppressed your anger and your boundaries so much and your right to speak that this exercise can be quite difficult. So fake it till you make it. Just go through the motions of hitting that pillow and saying no. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just sit for 10 minutes and you're going to be with sensation and experience in your body. So a big part of the way that we deal with trauma is to leave our bodies. And we don't have a capacity to be with sensation and experience because we associate that with being hurt. And so when emotion comes up, when we're triggered, when we're charged, we go into this automatic stress response of fight or flight that, creates a lot of damage in our relationships and it doesn't support healing at all. So really, this is training you to grow in your capacity to be with sensation and experience.